Kenya's political looks so chaotic right now. But behind the noise lies a very powerful strategy, and William Ruto is at the center of it. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past 4 days, the President William Ruto have been camping the western part of Kenya. A campaign rally that people were so optimistic about. But something different seemed to carry the day. Strong insult, attack on the opposition leaders. That is what I've been seeing in the campaign rallies, as opposed to what people were thinking about. There is not just insult. These are the weapon and the strategy William Ruto is using. But my worry is the opposition leaders are falling into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reveal to you how William Ruto is playing this script. How William Ruto is packaging insult as a weapon. Kindly take a minute of your time, subscribe to my podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, click the notification bell so that whenever we make such videos, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, there is this narrative. You see, people are talking about the insult. It is all over in the media headlines, social media platforms. Politicians, opposition leaders versus the leaders in the government are throwing words. And President William Ruto is at the center of it. But that is what people are not seeing. These are the hidden truths and secrets Ruto is playing. Ruto is doing behind this. Because whatever the public is seeing, we see insult. Public seeing attacks. Because these people throw words at each other, exchanging words. Oh, nani aliua nani. Oh, but there is not the real game. There is a secret strategy that William Ruto is using. Now, I want you to look at this. The first strategy William Ruto is using in this particular game is what we call the agenda setting. You see, William Ruto wants to dominate the news cycle. In politics, whoever's control what people are talking about at the end of the day carries the game. Yes. So whenever William Ruto throws words, whenever William Ruto attacks the opposition leaders, it becomes the agenda of the day. In short, the president is deciding what people will discuss in the day. Yes, that's why you will find that mainstream media will always be about the topic of William Ruto, the insults. Yes, he wants to dominate. He wants to set the pace. He's doing that to control the news cycle so that he will dominate the news. Because, you see, by doing this, when William Ruto does this, attention will be at him. We are not going to be looking at anything else but whatever William Ruto is saying. Yes, because social media will finally explode. Attacks, the exchange of words, Ruto versus Rigathi Gachagua, Ruto versus Fred Matiang'i, Ruto's throwing attacks on Eugene Wamalwa. This, at the end of the day, carries the topics. The greater conversation becomes the attack. And in politics, whoever controls whatever people are talking about control the games. There is a trick there, and opposition leaders are not seeing this. Yes, they are giving William Ruto, a chance to dominate by using such particular trick. Yes, and there is also this particular strategy William Ruto is using. You see, William Ruto is using the insult, the attack, to mobilize the ground. Grassroots connection has been the strength and the core of William Ruto. There is a politician who goes to the grassroots, mobilize the ground. Yeah, he will always be seen. So the moment he packages insult and attack in the political rallies, you see, insult becomes so aggressive. Whenever he sends insult on the opposition leaders, he's been perceived to be aggressive leader. He's seen to be a fighter. Yeah, you see, insult really, it reinforces the supporters, because supporters will sees him as a fighter. Yes, that is what he's doing. There is also a scenario whereby the president is using all these attacks to distract the attention, to distract us from the real topics. Because the real challenges here are economic challenges. Remember, one of the core manifesto of President William Ruto was about the bottom-up agenda. Where is the topics of Mama Mboga? Where the project being launched? If insults carries the day, it's trying to divert the attention. It's trying to, you see, for the internal cracks not to be seen, the gaps that in the government not to be seen. That is what the president is doing. Yes, by diverting the attention, is trying to hide something. Is trying to hide the weaknesses. Yes. You see, by the president is also doing this particular strategy to help him garner the long-term the end game is about 2027. There is the long-term strategy. Yes. By this, it helped to reshape the public. Yes. You see, president is doing this. President wants to enter 2027 when he has already built that narrative, the advantage, when he will be perceived as the fighter. He wants to be seen as a strong man. Yes. So by using such insult, his target is about the 2027 election. But it comes with a risk. I want to categorically tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that it comes with a risk. It is never a sure-bet strategy. Yes, you must be very careful. There is not a sure-bet strategy. Why am I saying this? You see, at the end of the day, insult may backfire. Yes, insult may backfire. Because voters will see the president as being so aggressive. He is being perceived as being arrogant. Yeah. By the president positions himself to be so desperate. That's why you see the other day, but you see, by president throwing attacks on the opposition leader, I mean, he's stepping so low. And it's gonna backfire on him. And again, you see, this particular weapon can also create tension among the voters. It can trigger even protest. Yes, because there is something that people will not buy every day. There is also this case where it weakens the political debate. Right now, people are supposed to be discussing, the media houses are supposed to be discussing serious debates, developments, the projects that the president are launching. But whenever these particular attacks, carries the day, we don't see that. That covers, it waters everything that he has been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the attacks, the insults we see that have been exchanged are not just insults, but political weapons used by President William Ruto. Thank you.